Hello mateys, this is Scurvy Scouts, the Pirates of the Caribbean film series here, and I'm watching about hearing about Olympics Rio 2016 for the day for women, American versus Italian for USA versus Italy for this water polos, and we're doing swim lessons, doing exercising, athletics in a day, doing an Olympic team for water polo coach, and I'm just gonna have to pause in the mute real quick. And today is Friday 19, 2016, and I'm doing the very end show you guys. I just joining about Tomio. So if you join in at about 10 BL, if you watch it, if you enjoy it, feel free to do everything you have here. And today is very special day for very specials. Everything could be have a sarcastic thing. We always live in a castle, so for characters for Tasa Famake, never heard of seeing her before. Alessandra Daddario from Percy Jackson for Choice, San Andreas, Baywatch, and when we first met, and Robot Chickens on TV shows, and Workaholics, but True Detective, movies on burying the X for Andy Yelton, and Yelton died in about last 2 months, and never seen him again. And they have Star Trek the third movie, and Logan Lerman's on Ignition from play as Percy Jackson, second from first movie, and the Perks of the Wallflowers, and Noah, and Bud, exactly, and then about the Army is The Fury with Brad Pitt, Shia LaBeouf, Mike Benton, and John Bernthal from Sicario, and Ant-Man, and Troy 2004 for the last 12 years. So I have an intelligence sum today is about Gen Videos in 2016 movies, and you could take a look down there of The Legend of Tarzan. It's played as this guest star is the Alexander Skarsgård as John Clayton, Greystoke as Tarzan. It's a legendary. It's mostly half of the legendary. It's a very important thing about his love, Jane Porter as Jane Clayton, as she knows that she lives from the England to Congo for the tribes and the villagers. They have the African peoples and warriors, and the soldiers. They are the enemies and Belgian soldiers of the soldier in the city and the water and city, the ocean and the city. They have a leashes on the pet Nile crocodile on. They have a very interesting. There's a lot of trains, a lot of weapons and rifles. They have interrogation before it's about the Jane was arrested by Belgian soldiers of terrorism before it's an attack. But acute and his his sister Kala died. He killed by African cannibal for African man cannibal for his bow and arrow. As Chief Mbongangu, as played as by Jimmo Hansu from Star-Lord as Guardians of the Galaxy from Gladiator, and then from Samuel Jackson from Captain America, third Captain America, Marvel's Adventures, Age of Ultron mentioned, and I have the same thing without questions. Iron Man third, Iron Man second, Iron Man first. And Incredible Hulk is mostly have a very conscious, very important thing. All I know is it's sometimes very thinking about very great movie. So it's very proud of it, And in the next one's movie is most Disney movies in 2016 coming up for 30th. The Jungle Book. Neil said they play as Mowgli. He invited to the stay in the jungle. He doesn't want to go in from the man village in there. His Reddish Rajan as Mowgli's father for the last 6 to 7 years, but but or even 8 years later. But Shere Khan kills Mowgli's father. His one eye is burned. He ran away from and escaped through the caves. But the young one should be walk alone. He was left behind. Left him for dead behind. The Black Panther was turned into the Krull and found him as Bagheera, as Ben Kingsley. As to the injustice, intimidate listeners and teachers, he's known as the law as the creative, and he's found a chance to see them how it was as it happened there. For each character is Bill Murray as Baloo. He's departed from the Mowgli's the bare necessities as 49 is been there about 49 years flash for the past. But he enjoys it. But he enjoys for having fun, and then what happens there for exactly what he did. He literally he's seen them how was it a chance, how was it a change, how is it doing good, and then I have it interesting for you as you guys very very important as noticing the very and chances that about you can and chances that about very important about very animated for classics, Disney, so Jerry Bruckheimer films as mentioned, and then creators of Finding Dory from Finding Nemo, Brave, Inside Out, Monster University from Monsters Inc., and then the Lion King, the second and third, 1.5. The Lion Guards most have animated for TV shows. They have hyenas or leopards and crocodiles. Most everything could be have here. Anything could be here for just mostly have it 15 and 20 minutes to be less to the side. But I might believe he is literally just exactly what it's supposed to meant to be, and they have a most in childhood. Everything could be right there, and enjoy you guys and have fun. Enjoy you guys to have fun in the Disney movies in 2016, this year, and this year they have a Suicide Squad from after the Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice as a Doomsday defeated. Superman is dead. Clark Kent and Batman as Bruce Wayne. Diana Prince as Wonder Woman is still alive. We have to rebuild it. We have to fight and begin. And then, but their American says they have it very special, very careful. And Lex Luthor was murdered to explosive the connection with the bombing without the bombing on the capitals on Washington D.C. He killed a lot of people, and Senator Fitch and Mercy Graves, and they have residents of a lot of people, so police officers and SWAT teams and riots, and a lot of people, a lot of protester people, slaughtered about 5,000 people clamoring on the liners. They're clamoring, yelling and shouting, and it is what it's exactly supposed to do. Then they have a Batman where Suicide Squad is. Jared Leto as the Joker, as his loving her, with Margot Robbie as in by Harley Quinn. She's from exactly what it meant to be. She was just gonna exactly by name of the characters. So love it from Will Smith from Hancock, and the legend. Independence Day Resurgence is mentioned. Independence Day from 20 years last. 20 years to beat is certainly about last year for the good movie. Exactly what it meant to be, and I could exactly what it's a good movie. That's what it's gonna meant to be. That's what's a good movie. Then Independence Day Resurgence. They have a lot of aliens. New city destroyers, the big ships mostly have very distracted about destruction to up there into the explosion from 700 miles away. Captain Hill is just his mom was killed, but he was dying and falling behind just the deceased. She literally let him go, but he knows better what's happened. And the mothership was defeated, and he was retreated back on this galaxy, ready to kick his alien's ass. What does it say? Alright, you alien assholes. You're dead, mate. That's the part of the good movie. Okay, mateys, don't forget to subscribe for more contents and send it out for a length description, the comments on these stories. With Juggernaut's Big Brother George Barger, Psycho Dad, Larry's Lounge, The Angry Grandpa Shows, Kid Behind the Camera, Bridget West, Cuban Guy, The Next Boo, The Boo Show, Derek Diesel Daily, Space Jam Gardens, and then Larry, and send it out for the Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Google, Vines, Twitch, live stream, and Vines and gaming channels and the druggy stores. That's where you made it for. And send it out to the join and TumLR. So join us if you can, and don't forget, keep it rich, mateys.